Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Waseem Anwar from Lahore, Pakistan. And with me, my co-host Ayesha Asim from Karachi, Pakistan. And we are back with another exciting and instructive round of interviews, beginning one of the unpassive most dynamic women. She probably appeared at events and webinars for all of you, a woman with a lot of knowledge and the desire to make a difference in people's lives. She uses her unique story to help educate, inspire, empower, and provide a protective alarm for others. Youth with a focus on a young girls who have gone through some challenges in life, so that they can be bold to speak up and speak out and turn their skills into building generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. Without wasting time, I would like to invite Dr. Yvonne Mundih. If I'm correct. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Welcome to my
I'm doing
show.
wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here. I am so happy and grateful to be here on your panel with Aisha. I thank the Almighty God for this day.
Thank you very much. Thanks you gave me your precious time. So we are lucky and you are here. So over to Aisha.
Hello, ma'am. Yvonne, ma'am, I'm really grateful to you as you found time for our session. And we are honored to have you here. And we know that you are very, very much busy. And we were continuously talking to you about some so that you can find time for us. And at last, we are here, and I'm really grateful. So I know that you have a very very little time because you have to go somewhere and it's very important. So I will just start the session from I think we start the questions. And my first question is about where do you live, and can you give us some insight about which city are you connected from?
Okay. Thank you so much for that important question. It's good to know our geography and where the family of Unpassive lives. I live in the United
Yes.
States, in the state of Minnesota, and in the city of North Branch.
Okay, so yeah, it's a nice city. I think I is it near somewhere Michigan, or like you are nearby there
No,
somewhere?
Michigan is a little ways, but we can drive to Michigan. We have
Okay.
Wisconsin. We share boundary with
Mm.
Wisconsin, and then we
Okay.
have Iowa. We have Chicago. Those are the cities that are close to us. Sometimes I drive. My
Oh,
son goes.
Chicago is close. Yes,
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 my
yes.
son
Okay,
attends
good.
school in Iowa, so I drive and go there for 4 hours to check on him.
Oh,
Yeah.
you drive 4 hours.
Yes.
It's a long drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So,
Oh,
yeah, ma'am, tell me about something about yourself, your family background, and your matrimonial status.
Okay. I originally was born in Cameroon, in West Africa, in this very little village of less than 100 people. And I have, altogether, we are nine of us siblings. And for right now, I'm the only girl that is alive. The other ones are brothers. And I am a divorcee. I divorced about 6 years ago. I was married. I divorced about 6 years ago. And so um, I owe a lot to my village. My village came together to educate me, being that they did not allow young girls to go to school. My father gave me away into marriage at 11, but my grandmother did not want me. She wanted an education for me. So the entire village came together to educate me. And then later on, they came together to send me to the United States to further my education. And here I am. So I'm living in two worlds, Cameroon, United States. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Yeah. Thank you.
So I think you owe a lot to your villagers because they have done so much for you, and you are here and at the position where you are in just because of them.
Certainly,
Yes.
I say in my biography, I owe a lot to my village. The doctorate degree that I have just about 7 months ago, I called that village Dr. Mbengwi.
Mhm.
I call my grandmother Dr. Monica. I call my mother Dr. Lucy because these people went through a lot to invest in me. And I became the only female child with a bachelor's degree, with a master's for more than a decade, and now a PhD. I'm still the only one. The children of that village, they look up to me, they call me, they write to me every day. And with ONPASSIVE here, I am doing everything possible in my capacity to buy account for those young people so that they don't find themselves in the position where I was when I was growing up. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. They maybe they always may feel so happy seeing you like this and so much educated and in a good position. So I think your success is their success too. So
Certainly.
yeah.
Certainly.
So another thing is the question number three is about your career background. What profession are you in, and what is your career background? Yes.
Yes, I have different backgrounds. When I attended the first university in Cameroon, my parents, I wanted to do journalism, to be a journalist. But my parents did not have the money, and the villagers, they didn't have enough money to pay for my tuition because it was more expensive. So they asked me to do something in a world literature and world history and to be a teacher, which I don't want to be a teacher. But we all are teacher, I guess. So I did that. And then when I transitioned to the United States, I decided to do something along the lines of drugs and alcohol counseling. I wanted to do that to help my brother because I did not know that alcoholism was a disease until I came to the United States. So now, as I look back, I realized that a lot of people that died in the village is because of alcohol addiction. And so I went to school to try first to help my brother, who is alive now, and then to help the other people that are going through those difficulties. So I had the second bachelor's in that. And then I went ahead to do uh, 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 a mental health to include that because I realized that a lot of people and children are having mental challenges that they are being stigmatized, they are not being treated well, the attention is not given to them, they are not being well diagnosed because it's a stigma. So I did that. But then I attended the Les Brown Power Voice Academy, which is an academy that gives helps us to give a voice to the voiceless, to help children to advocate for themselves. Because in my situation, I was shut down and shut off. They didn't want me to talk because of my gender, a woman. And so I went to school here, my PhD. It is in media and business communication following divine intervention. So I managed a way to get around that media and journalism. So that is my background. This is what I love to do. I speak internationally. I was invited to South Korea to speak at the Youth International Conference. So it is so important. So that's my background. For right now, that's my background. One Global Movement, Speak with Heart, is all centered around that environment where you want to give that voice to the young people, to families. And it's going to be a TV pretty soon, to make a TV channel so that youth can come on there and share their experiences so that we know how to help them. Thank you. I think you're muted.
Yes, you're doing great, ma'am, and I think whatever you're doing, it all goes to for a good cause, and I think you're just you whatever efforts you are taking for the young women and the youth, our future. It's really remarkable. So. We would like to know more about you and your journey with OnPassive, including when and how did you join and how it has changed your professional and personal life.
Thank you so much. I think this is one of the most beautiful questions You know, you know, let me look at the question so I answer it well.
Okay.
Okay, my journey with Unpassive. Before my journey with Unpassive, I had tried lots and lots of things to do because I wanted to help. Because realizing that from where I lived in Cameroon in that little village and transitioning to the United States, the difficulties facing young people, children, especially the young woman, is a global issue. It's not just in that village. And so I took upon myself to work hard. Sometimes I do two jobs just to help, especially helping single mothers who had babies in the hospital between 1 day and 1 week old. I will ask them to call me. So I want to establish little accounts for those babies between 1 day and 7 days old, so that by the time they get to 20 years or 21 years, they will not have to struggle for to pay tuition if they intend to go to school or to learn a trade. And so I did that. But I was working with this colleague. We always talk about businesses. We always discuss positive things. And he brought on passive to me. And whenever he brings something to me, I pay attention because in life, you will have to try something before you know if it is something for you or not. If you don't try, then you can't get anywhere. And I'm the person who takes a lot of risk. I've taken a lot of risk and I've lost a lot of money in businesses, but I'm not giving up because life did not give up on me. I'm not giving up on helping these young people. And so he told me about OnPassive and I watched certain videos and I was trying to get a hold of Mr. Mufare because I wanted to talk to him before I joined, but I couldn't get a hold of him. I didn't get the number. I didn't know how to do that, but I joined anyhow. I joined and I decided to talk about it to my son. My son joined, who is in school, and luckily he bought an account for the grandmother. And now I started putting all my family members, paying those accounts for them because they can afford it. So it's been a wonderful journey. When I joined in 2021, and in 2022, I was still working so hard and not having time to attend the webinars and everything. But something happened to me that forced me out of my job. I had a traumatic brain injury from my job, which I'm recovering right now so well. I'm still attending appointments and therapy. And so now I start paying attention to the webinars and doing things and attending everything. And I said, I am going to focus on this. It's hard because I'm not working. I don't have enough money a lot of times to do the things that I love to do, but I am attending the webinars. I am talking to people, and uh, uh, I am also enrolling people and letting them know about the good message of OnPassive, which is all blessed, built upon the foundation of blessing people from their heart, like Mr. Ashmufara says. So that is my journey, and it's been a very wonderful journey. And that is how I joined. And it has changed my life a lot. OnPassive, I always say the University of OnPassive has changed my life a lot. I have learned so much, not just in terms of trying to build wealth, building your health, building your relationship. Look at you and I and Waseem. We are here because of Mr. Ashmufare, because of OnPassive. Without OnPassive, we will not be here. Bringing the first world family out of love together, being fortunate to be one of the founders of the OnPassive ecosystem is a gift beyond measure. So this is so profound. I spoke to Mr. Ashmufara when I was going through difficulties. I have difficulties with my eyes from the accident, but when they had the Canadian meet and greet in 2022, I wanted to speak to see that man so bad. My eyes were bothering me. I signed in. I couldn't see. I was crying, crying. And then I couldn't speak, but I didn't give up. I kept signing in and signing out. In the end, they were giving 3 minutes to people to speak, and then 2 minutes, and then 1 minute. And then I was the only one left. And I signed in. All of a sudden, my eyes opened up with my glasses on. I could see then. And then they said they give me only 40 seconds. And I spoke for 40 seconds, and on the dot, I stopped. Mr. Ash, my father asked me, has anyone ever told you that you're perfect? I was crying because those are words that nobody ever told me. But he told me those, what he says, I will get to know you more. It has changed my life a lot. He has uplifted me. Now, Academy, I'm going to use it to teach these children around the world so that children will have to go to school from the confines and safety of their homes without crossing the Atlantic Ocean or dying in the forest trying to cross to the United States for greener pastures. This is something I have cried. Young people who have died in the forest because they're trying to cross because of no jobs in that village where I was born. And so ONPASSIVE has done a lot that I cannot even begin to tell. ONPASSIVE is going to be in my book, the fifth book that I'm going to publish because I am an international publisher. And so it's a wonderful thing. And I thank God for Mr. Ashmufara. Mr. Ashmufara fulfills my dreams to be the first person to eliminate poverty in my family, abuse, to eliminate, to bring electricity, everything that is necessary to my village and around the world. Because the problem affecting children in one area of the world is the same problem affecting other children in the other areas of the world. And you guys are here. The children of Pakistan will enjoy it through you guys, because that is what one global movement is going to be doing to the world. I thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You really gave a good insight into what you are doing, and you're doing great. You just answered my next question also. Yes, I was going to ask you about. We came to know that you are a fourth-time published author and an international speaker, transformational coach, and founder of One Global Movement, whose vision and mission is to empower youth worldwide. And now your big goal is to reach 1.7 billion youth worldwide in a lifetime with education, inspiration, and empowerment through One Global Movement. So, I just want to ask you that what are your next plans? What do you see through this movement? Where do you want to reach? Where do you see yourself?
Thank you so much. That's a powerful question, and that question makes me to want to do more. Right now, in order to do something, if you want to reach many and to achieve something, you got to draw a plan. Right now, I'm in the stages of drawing programs that would be tailored to these children according to their environments. And I'm going to start from 5 years old, because a 5 year old child can do something. They are smart. They can begin to understand. That's how important it is, one global movement, educating and raising this child from 5 years old, so that in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we will have a track and footprints of young people in the world that came through one global movement because of ONPASSIVE. And so when I do these programs will be implemented according to the environment, because there's a lot of wealth around our environment, but we don't know it because we were not taught to know it. You have to begin from your environment, and your environment is your inner environment, and then your surroundings, your friends, your family, your parents. So those programs will be tailored to those children. I will make them children ambassador or child ambassadors in every city, in your village. It's going to be there, because I know that you are there now, Aisha. Waseem is there. Now you will be the supervisors of these children, making sure that things are going well. And then they'll be giving science certification by from the United States, because I've registered it and I'm not playing, so that it's good to do things with the law. I register it, so they will have science certification that will help them in school, in businesses, in a trade that they are learning, in whatever they intend to learn, by the signature of the United States, so that it will help these children. I see myself reaching 1.7 billion, and I can't do it alone. It's doing it in a collaboration with important and good people like you guys. It is so important that we do this, because a lot of kids are going through things that they don't know, because we did not know, so we gave them what we know. Now that we are here through Mr. Ashmufara and ONPASSIVE, I think we must have known a lot, and we continue to know. Remember, Mr. Ashmufara says, when we get to the top, we create another top, and our ears are going to pop. I am going to take this blessing from Mr. Ashmufara, making sure that every child is rich, before I die. And I know I'm going to live long anyway, by the grace of God. So thank you so much for that.
Yes, inshallah, inshallah. Good people are too are going to live long, and they should, because we are here to make a change, and with on passive we are going to. It's for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
So yes, ma'am. I just want to ask about. You have said a lot of about our company on passive, and that you are also blessed from those 1.4 million founders, and because this company uses AI, AI, artificial intelligence, and clean virtual technology products to uplift humanity from the heart. So I just want to ask, which product is your favorite one, and why?
That is really the most difficult question to ask. I am somebody who is sometimes greedy. I want everything because everything was given to me. And so I want everything so I can give it to children of the world. But I'm going to try to choose the most important product. The most important product to me, I'm conflicting between O Blessed and O Academy. But in order to bless others, you have to be well informed and well educated to know what you're doing. So I'm going to choose the most important one to be O Academy. Why O Academy? O Academy because remember that I was denied an education as an 11-year-old child and forced into marriage. But my grandmother saved me. And because of that, education has helped me to freedom, success, and liberty in the United States, where my voice can be heard, where I can teach, where I can write books and educate these young people. So without education, without even knowing, like our back office, in ONPASSIVE, if you don't visit that back office, which is the University of ONPASSIVE, according to me, you're not doing anything. You're not doing any business well. We got to visit it, see what Mr. Ash is wanting us to do, see where we can go, see how we can help. So, O Academy is so important to me because this is going to help me help children. And you cannot help children without helping the parents and the families or the caregivers around these children. So, therefore, if I'm educating these children, I will also educate the parents and the caregiver. So academy is so important. You remember the scripture says people perish because of lack of knowledge. And I did not perish because I seeked to know. And I know, and I'm still seeking to know more. And I'm going to seek to know more until the day I die. The richest place in the world is not in our homes. It's not in the banks. It's not anywhere. It is in the cemetery where people are buried. They died with talents, with gift. They died with books that they could have been written. They died with things that they could have painted to help children, to help others. They died with it. But for me, I want to empty out myself through Academy to children of the world. It's so I'm so happy when I think about it. Sometimes I just jump and the sleep will go off and I will just be happy with everything. So that is the reason. Academy is my first product, but I love all the product because you can do without the other. But Academy comes first. Thank you so much.
Yes, for sure. And really, we are very much excited for the upcoming products. And because our first flagship product is wonderful and so, I think, revolutionary and disruptive, that it is, we can see the change which is going to come. And we are witnessing whatever is happening in the market, because only just that only product, our first product, O Connect.
Mhm.
And we are going to make such big changes in future also, with all the other upcoming products, which are also uh, very disruptive, and I think can make a big revolution in the near future. So another thing is, you told me about Academy, and we, sir, our CEO has repeatedly stated about our company providing value. Could you elaborate how it has added value to us? Yes, to a layman and to a simple plain user. Yes.
Yes, a lot, an ocean of value has been added, beginning with myself. And I see it for 1.4 million founders and those affiliates that we are enrolling in now. A lot of value to the entire world because uh, to me, nothing like this has ever happened that somebody sat and thought about us, taking a vision that was put into him by the one who created him and wants to share it with the world. Usually, these big companies, they will want to share it only with big companies and other wealthy people. But Mr. Ash Mufare, because of his love for humanity, he saw the sufferings in the world, and God answered his prayers and gave him the vision. And now he shares the vision with all of us so that we in turn can also take that vision and impact ourselves, add value in ourselves, add value in our families, our villages, our communities, and why not the entire world? So there's a lot of value. When you take 1.4 million founders from different backgrounds, different orientations, and different upbringing, and different behaviors to bring them together to put value in them, that is a whole lot. It has never been done before. I never saw it, but it is happening. And I am so lucky to be one of them, just like you guys. So, value in terms of marketing. This, I will never need any other business in my life. Like Mr. Ash Mufara says, you will not need any other business in your life. My focus is on passive. If you see my planner is on passive every day, on passive every day, on passive business, on passive this. My son is in school. I'm managing his account for them. I'm managing them for my family because they don't have internet where they are. Value in our family. But I ask that we all stay behind Mr. Ashmufari because if you they add value in your life, you need to be able to put your hands together for the one who added that value, praying for him, his family, and everyone, because all he thinks about is helping people. He doesn't even talk about himself and his family. That's all he talks about. Who will not want to be a part and parcel of this kind of a person? He has added too much for education. Let's say ONPASSIVE even goes away today, which is not going to go anywhere because it's a God sent company. If it goes away, we've gained a lot of knowledge. That is value. A lot of things. Mr. Ash Mufara has coached us and he has inspired us in a lot of ways. He's talking about children. You see him when we are having webinars. He is talking and walking the talk. His children will run and pass by and say, oh, there's a naked human being here, talking about his little handsome boy. What love, he talks about his wife. Value, teaching us that you need to love your own, love yourself, love your family, love your own. A lot of value, a value, humanity, blessing people from your heart, doing things from the heart that matter, seeing how the world is suffering and decided to do more. Look at all the marketing doing just for me and you, for us. I've never seen that. Sometimes I just sit like I'm in a dream. I'm dreaming something, but it's reality. When my grandmother blessed me at a very young age, to take the mantle. It's a traditional mantle. I can show you guys here. It's right here. This is a traditional mantle my grandmother blessed me with. It's something is in here. It's a blessing to the world, children and women of the world. Because if you bless a woman and a child, you bless the man and the entire family. To take it to the world, but never to forget the village where I come from. Take it to women and children and bless them. Someday, you guys will get a touch of this when I meet you guys. But right now, you getting through the virtual technology that God has created for all of us and for Mr. Ash Mufara, a lot of value. I don't know you. You don't know me. How is it that we are just smiling here and be happy with one another? Because of value. Value is love. Value is nurturing. Value is talking with people. Value is wanting to help. Value is saying that no matter my color, no matter your color, we all were created as one human being. A lot of value. That man, God will live to bless him. And I thank the mother. Happy birthday to the mother that brought that man into this life. But above all, thanks to Almighty God who brought Mr. Ashmufara to us. Too much value. Thank you.
Yes, well said, ma'am. Really, we can feel that that value which we are imparting just because of our company, and each one of us have a, a status of our own, and we have a lot of opportunities ahead, and we can do a lot more than we can imagine. Yes, Sir John Marilla is here, and he says that, um, hello, so happy to see my partner with the One Global Movement on your show today. And Dr. Benny is also here. Welcome, all of you. And she's also very happy to see you. A lot of people are saying hi to you, ma'am,
Thank you.
and they are really happy to see you here. So, yes. Okay. So, I just want to ask you, you told us that you have published some books. Are you working on any recent one? And which one is that?
Yeah, I publish 4 books which are co-authored books. Now I'm working on my own soul book where my story will be fully in there, and the resources that help me to overcome all the challenges that I faced as a child. And of course, I am taking my time because I want to make one whole chapter about unpassive, because unpassive has brought so much for me and my family and the global family. And so I we published the first book that we published was Women of the Power Voice. Those of us who graduated from Mr. Les Brown's Power Voice Academy, we decided to come together, about 30 women, to write about our different stories. Because if we don't tell our stories to the world, we're not teaching the others. Every book that we are reading, it came out of a story, a unique story. And so we did that anthology. Oh, I didn't bring the copy. Here I have copies. They are upstairs. So we wrote that one, Power Women of the Power Voice anthology. And then we wrote Stormborn. Stormborn are women that came together because of the challenges that they faced in life. They came together to put their chapters together, and what made them to succeed, such that they were dancing in the rain and being so happy dancing in the rain because they are succeeding, their children and their families and their community are succeeding. And then the other one is Hear Her Roar. Hear Her Roar is a book women came together to write it again. It's to take the silence, the silent whisper of women. A lot of time women are so silent with things that are bothering them. They are fearful to say them. So we want to give them that voice to be able to say it out in any way that they can, because therefore you can relieve yourself from that pain, that burden that you're carrying. And then the other one is unleashing our feminine powers, the power of the woman, that even in their silence, there is something precious, there is something golden in their silence that they can give the world. But before they give the world, they have to give it to themselves, their children, their surrounding, their family. So this other one, this one that is going to be all about my unique story. I'm still looking for what title can I give. I think God will send that title to me. I'm almost done, but I'm waiting to add Unpassive, the chapter Unpassive there. So then it will be my sole book published only by me, so that this kit, I want to make it get into the hands of all these children in the world. Even if I have to give it free, that is what I'm going to do. But we're also going to make it into a Kindle where they can just go
Oh,
and read
that's
it
good.
online, and even make it into a voice recording so they can listen to it while they are driving or they are doing some work. They can listen to it. So it's so important. I like to publish books, because if we don't do this, we're not disseminating knowledge. Look at Unpassive with all these products. We need to put these products into books
Yes.
so that people can know what they're doing, and ways that we can get this message. I will put it into books so that they can read it. If you don't read, guess what? The most important things are being hidden into books. I read every day. I write every day. So it's so important. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really nice. And the idea of your idea of putting in through Kindle and through voice. I think you're saying about voice recording,
Yes.
so that we can hear whatever the stories while driving and while doing anything.
Yes.
So that's a great idea, and I think nowadays people don't have much time to take the book in hand and read, so they
Mhm.
can do that, and it's really wonderful to have those books like that. And I think we should have another session for those books, and what there's a lot to talk about those books. And we really am interested and in those topics, because they're so much interesting, and they're also because they're about women and our youth, and the future, uh, which is very much their future, and it's very good for their future, for our youth. So that's, I think we should know about those books, and they should be more and more accessible to the, I think, within our community, so that we should know what is what what do you want to communicate, and what more we can do. I
Yes,
think
definitely.
you have discussed in your one global movement also.
No,
uh,
not yet, because people want to buy the book, but I'm
mm,
not tech savvy. So I want somebody that will establish something for me that people can just go online and order. I have a lot of them in the house. People are buying them from my community, my church. They're buying them a lot. And
mm,
so I want somebody that can establish something for me so that they can just go online and order. But then I also want to establish a speakers club. A speakers club will go with books, will go with things so that these kids can go there and be part of them and contribute, and also write their own stories. We need those stories so that their stories can be heard. They can be stories of success, stories of how you accomplish something, stories of you having your birthday. Because guess what? From this month, my birthday is this month on the 25th. I invite all of you.
oh,
We going to One Global Movement is creating a program where every end of the month we're celebrating all the birthdays of that month at the end, because we need
good
to
idea.
celebrate our children, even ourselves. If we don't do that, it's not going to work. So all of you are invited. Bring your traditional food, bring your ice cream, whatever you want to eat. Bring your lunch there. Water, but no alcohol. Water, so we can drink. It's just topic is celebration. We're eating and talking. You can eat with your hands. You can eat however you want to do it. So it's going to be a good celebration. Thank you.
That's a good idea. Yes, we should you should we will be there, inshallah. Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, so I think we are just near the, yeah, our finishing time. But I just want to my last question with you is that if you want to say something to the founders and the users, some word of advice from
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I first of all, I want to thank every founder that took the leap of faith to join on passive. Because in life, if you don't take risk, you don't take the leap of faith. You're waiting for everything to come together before you join, then you're going to miss out on the mark. We are humans, we make mistakes, and we're going to continue to make them, but we should have the ability to accept them, apologize, and move on. Now that Mr. Ash Mufarah has still given us a chance with the affiliate links, let us share, share, and share. Remember that OnPassive is born out of the foundation of O Bless, uplifting humanity from the heart with high ethical standards and love. Let us share, share, and share from our heart so that we can get more people to come and enjoy the blessing of OnPassive. But the one thing that I must say, not to blame anybody, we have to love one another, nurture one another, build in one another. I know that in OnPassive there are a lot of people that don't know how to do that, either by design or by default, or maybe that's the way they were raised. There are a lot of things. Somebody can walk up to me and say, oh, don't support those people. Don't attend that webinar. This person is like this. This person is like that. This is not good. Let us not tarnish the image of people. Ash Mufara did not go to find out about our background. Otherwise, some of us would not have been found as here in ONPASSIVE because of our character, the content of our character. What did he do? He forgave all of that and said, I am out to help. Let us not judge the crazy man on the street and say, oh, he's crazy. What is wrong with him? Because if we are doing that, we all are crazy too. You don't judge people because we don't know their background. There are a lot of negativity in ONPASSIVE. Let us do away with it because remember, what you send out is what you're going to get. It's like a
Yes.
boomerang. When you throw something and want to hurt somebody, guess what? It's going to come right back to you. So why not send out positive energy, love, help, nurturing? That is what I'm all about. People have said a lot of things to me that I could have just gone crazy and be shouting. No, I said, Lord, thank you. This is going to help me to move ahead, to grow. Those things mean nothing. It is just part of life. It is going to make me grow. My grandmother taught me when people talk about you, know that you're doing something great. Continue to do it and do it even more. And so that's the way I've been. So let us all come together and love one another. Remember that Ash Mufara did this out of the love of his heart. So let us do the same for one another, love one another. And I will be here. I am a servant of children and families. Let me know whatever you want me to help with, whether it is writing, whether it is teaching a child. My son teaches math and engineering subjects, helping young children without charging them because they deserve to. He has written a book too to help very young kids from 9 months, 1 year to read with very beautiful graphics. And he's Amazon #1 best-selling author. He's helping in that regard. We are out to help. Every child can do something. They can be great because the greatness is in them. We did not discover it, and we think that this child is troublesome. This child is this. If the child is troublesome, is your child, it means you were troublesome too. That's how I say it. Otherwise, that child will not be. So let's love one another on passive. Let us love one another, put our hands together and pray for one another, especially our wonderful CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, and the family. I so love this show. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful message, ma'am. Really, it was a wonderful session, and I really enjoyed. It was very informative, and also, I think we should have another session with you
Okay.
because
Yes.
we couldn't have enough of it. Yes, it was very short time with you, but we really
Yes.
enjoyed it, and we are honored to have you here.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Wasim
Thank
Saab,
you.
do you want to say
Yes.
something?
Yes, it was a very impressive and informative session, and you have very positive vibes. I really impressed. So I love it, and we'll see you in next many sessions. Like we have many topics, like books and many things. So we can discuss on our live show, and I hope you will come on our live on our invitation.
Of course. Of
So
course, I
thank
will.
you very
I
much.
will.
So thank you very much. We'll see you in next any session. So we close this session, close this interview. So we have some time limits. So you have to go somewhere. So otherwise, we want to hear you more and more. But we'll invite you next and sessions. So
Inshallah, yeah, next,
so
yes.
we close this session to say this word. We are so in it to win it. So
We
We
are
are
we are
so
so
saying
into winning.
excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
ma'am.
much.
Bye
I love
bye.
you all. Bye bye.
thanks.
Love
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.